Yeah, I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your
but
mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship rehab.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that done click the link, that done click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you had a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you. What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab, and I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff, anything that's happening. I'm willing to have a conversation about it, so come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
Yes, indeed. So I was sitting here waiting on the show to start, getting myself together, and did not realize until it was like way too late that I did not do any of my tags. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, so please forgive me. But better late than never. I'm glad I at least remembered, but yeah, I'm doing it on both channels too. So I was like, wait a minute, did I do my tags? I was like, oh no. But with all that being said, we can just bear with me for a couple of minutes, and we will get this thing together. But what I did want to talk about, actually, I can see if I could do two things at once. I'm gonna try to chew bubble gum and pat my head and then chew bubble gum or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to multitask. So I wanted to talk about, before the show got started, I wanted to talk about real quick about Patrice Connon Cullors and her stepping down and what that means to, I guess, to everybody or to us, or what we should be saying right now. So it's like this. So looking at what took place with Black Lives Matter since its inception, what they were supposed to be doing, what they was trying to do for black folks, and how everybody was saying you should just support it because it says Black Lives Matter. That's I literally heard people say that. It's a movement, man. You should be supporting it because it's for us. It's Black Lives Matter chapters all over the country, and they all are here to protect us and to make it's like a civil rights movement. So as things unfolded and as time told and the truth actually came out, I want to know now, what do the people have to say? Because it's not a thing to where, and I'm being 100, I'm being honest. It's not a thing to where, oh, now the jig is up, Black Lives Matter is over. No, this is simply a rearrangement of chess pieces. So there was a lot of questions being asked about what was going on with Black Lives Matter when it came to the money. And it wasn't just people like us asking. It wasn't the so-called, the so-called bashers and the so-called the so-called agents of the right asking, trying to tear down this whole thing. It wasn't any of that. There were some people actually in the organization questioning what was going on with the money. Then you had people who were actually the victims or the family's victims. The victims' family members was asking about the money. Tamir Rice Mama asking about the money. George Floyd people asking about the money. The first dude, I keep forgetting his name, Michael Brown, asking about the money. Now, with all of that being said, everybody asking about this money, everybody saying what's going on, what's happening, where the money, we try to find out what's happening with the money. After we all said it, then this bitch went and bought not one, not two, not three, but 4 and a possible 5th house. She bought 4. The bitch went and treated the housing market like it was spades. She had 4 in the possible. She had 4 houses already wrapped up and was looking into a 5th in the Bahamas. She wanted to live out there with Justin Timberlake and them live at in them mansions. And these houses, ain't we talking about no, hey, this is a couple $100,000, this 300,000, 400,000. This motherfucker bought over $3.5 million in real estate, or $3.2 million in real estate. And it's like, what? And this is what kills me. And this is why I foresee I just can't ride with the left liberal. I can be in the middle. I can be in the middle, but just riding all out with these left wing liberal motherfuckers. And here's why. Because even when the truth comes out, these motherfuckers will double down on the fuck shit and just keep going and act like it ain't happened. Ain't nobody that I know that I'm actually still friends with on social media said a goddamn thing about Black Lives Matter. All of the people that had Black Lives Matter in they in their social media pictures, they changed they avatars to Black Lives Matter. All the motherfuckers wearing hats and the scarves, hashtagging Black Lives Matter. None of them have addressed this.
So obviously the shit was stinking so much to where they had to move her. Now, what does that actually mean? Because it ain't a win, it ain't a victory or no shit like that. There's nothing to celebrate with her being moved around. It just goes to show you that they're gonna keep on with the bullshit. Because now she stepped down. Just because somebody stepped down don't mean that they ain't in charge. Just because somebody stepped down don't still mean that they can't be the face of what it is. So she might fade in the background a little bit, but she's still moving around in that motherfucker like she was. That ain't gonna change. And just like when I was talking to my brother Easy, shout out to my boy Easy E. When we were talking about this, he made the perfect analogy. He said her stepping down is just like Ace stepping down in Casino. Y'all remember when Ace became the food and beverage director? Running the casino like a motherfucker still, but he was technically the food and beverage director. That's exactly what's happened here. That's exactly what has happened here. And all of the shit that's going on with the money, it's still going to go on because it ain't enough of y'all that was supporting it actually talking about it. So all of you people that's sitting around talking about, yeah, what happened to her now? She ain't in charge of Black Lives Matter. No, boy, they go my boy E, my brother Easy right there. Ain't no bullshit to the game. Don't get it twisted. Don't think she's out, because she's not. She's still as in as she ever was. She's just went from being the casino manager to now she's the food and beverage director. That's it. That's all she has done. That's all that has happened. This ain't no, oh yeah, see, they done finally realized that Patrice Khan and Cullets is now on some BS and they had to get her up out of there. Nope. They ain't doing nothing but moving the chess piece around. That's all they doing. She has went from casino manager to food and beverage director. That's all she's done. Right. She is still in with the people who know where the money resides. She's still in with it. So don't get it twisted. My only thing, like I said, I'm gonna keep calling the shit out. I'm gonna do that. How come all of y'all that's been supporting this, and I don't even know how many people I know that done donated money. I'm sure half of the motherfuckers that hate my shit and then donated to these motherfuckers. I can probably guarantee you that. Hey, shout out to Nicole Watson. She done upgraded her membership to a relationship rehab. That's what I'm talking about. But half of the people that have donated, half of the people that, and all of the people that have supported it, I mean, come on now. Y'all really got to feel like some fools now. You have really got to just say, you know what? Maybe I backed the wrong horse in this whole thing, and I need to really look at what it is I'm supporting and call this shit out. That's all I'm saying. You cannot still be pro Black Lives Matter after all of this. This is not a community. This is not a community movement. This is not an uprising. These are not civil rights activists. These people are race hustlers, and they are race hustling at the highest level. They have a corp. They've created an entity to where they're literally laundering money. They're taking the money and funneling that shit into whatever projects that are best going to suit them. And the fact that she's went through all of this and has now, she's now gone to the point to where she still has her book. I mean, was it a book deal? She still got her deal with Warner Brothers. And I think it's like a multi-movie or it's like a multi-film deal. And I think there's a book or two involved in that shit too. But she's still making the money. She's still getting paid. All they're doing is shifting around these titles. Now, who they gonna put in that spot? Don't know. But I guarantee you this. There will be a yes man or a yes woman that's gonna go ahead and do what it is that they've been doing. The shit ain't gonna stop. So it's like, I just wish that people would just see call it for what it is. And yes, you may have drunk the Kool-Aid in the beginning. And yes, you may have backed the wrong horse. But to continue to just go and ride out with something that you clearly see is not supporting your people, clearly see is not supporting your community, clearly see that ain't doing a goddamn thing for you, how do you still live with yourself by acting like the shit that ain't happening and it don't exist and you just quiet now? Our integrity as people, our just sense of morality as people, it gets thrown out of the window, and we become just the most disingenuous people on the planet when it comes to us being wrong or making a mistake or doing the wrong thing, and now we educated on that thing and not changing. It sickens me. It really does. And it's just a thing to where, and that's why I've just really have just moved into a space to where I know what it is and I'm going to deal with it accordingly. I'll be the first to say, I hate niggas. I'll be the first to say, I can't stand niggas. I'll be the first to say, I don't fuck with niggas. I'll be the first to say it, because I'm telling you like this. If you can't separate or delineate between the two, it will be your demise. It will be to your disadvantage. It will be to you losing out. That whole, oh, you got to have faith. I'm not George Michael, goddammit, and I don't play the guitar. That all that faith and all of this stuff, nope. I have faith in the truth. I have faith in doing the right thing. I have faith in morals and values. I will not have faith in those that literally will not acknowledge truth, facts, or logic. I don't. I do not. So it is what it is. Once you know what you're dealing with, adjust yourselves accordingly. And you have to realize that there's just a group of us that's not going to change. There's a group of us that love the debauchery, love the degeneracy. They love all of the what we call fuck shit. They with it. They are with it. They want to do that dysfunctional thing that they've been doing. They want that to be life. It's not a thing where they're like, man, I just got to get out. If I had a way out of this, I would check. No. There is a good, sizable, large amount of us that literally just love all of the negativity, all of the degenerate shit that we do. They love it. They bathe in it. Them motherfuckers are backstroking in the shit. They love it. And once we have acknowledged that, now you can clearly draw a line, and now you can separate yourself from that. That's just like when we talk about the trolls, the people that come and troll shit, the people that come over here saying fuck shit and talk crazy and all that shit. It's like, I will use them to make a point, but that's it. I'm not trying to reach those motherfuckers. I'm just not. Those people that insist on trying to do, yeah, man, why you saying this and you saying that? And once I point out the facts and they can't even respond or articulate themselves, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. I won't go down trying to save that person. I let my content speak for itself. If you have a disagreement with that, let me know. We can set up a show. You can come talk about it. Fine. If I choose to open up the lines, you want to talk, fine. But the minute you think that you gonna just say some stupid shit and it won't get challenged or checked, bye-bye. On to the next one. On to the next. And that's it. And I see that I can't chew gum and walk at the same time, because it's still taking me all day to do this other damn thing. Hold on. So for those of you who have been, I guess, watching this ATF thing, I don't know if many have, which is why I really wanted to do a show about it. Plus, my brother Easy was making sure I did a show about it. Thank you, brother, for making sure and staying on top of this shit. Make sure I do what I'm supposed to do. How many people have seen any of the confirmation hearings for the ATF director nominee David Chipman? Somebody let me know if anybody's watched any of it, caught any of it. Can you let me know in the chat real quick while I finish this up? Hey. You've seen a few clips. Okay, I did correct. That's good, man. I'm glad some of you all have seen it. There we go. I'm done. As good as it's gonna get. Boom. Let me save this. And all right. Okay, good. Couple people want to ban AR-15s. Good. Okay. All right. So essentially what's happening, and for those of you that's watching, please click the like button. Let's try to get this shared out if you can, so we can get us some good numbers here on tonight. I think this is a very important conversation to have, because I'm gonna come at this from a different angle, and I'm just gonna tell you what it is. The whole idea and what people will try to say about this confirmation thing, about the ATF and all that stuff, this is one of those things to where there is no, oh, well, the way you kind of look at it, the way you kind of see it, this is definitely a play by Joe Biden and this administration that is currently in office. This is definitely a play for them to actually go and do the very thing we always talk about that people try to say is not going to happen. And that is, they want to confiscate our guns, starting with rifles. I'm not going to say the whole assault rifle thing. I'm not going to say that. Now, here's the other part, and here's why I'm going to take it a step further. Because people always try to say this. Y'all gun enthusiasm and y'all gun nuts. Y'all always think somebody trying to take your guns. Well, yes, it's not that that we think that, it's that we know it. And here's a few reasons why I know it. Because I'm not just going to say something just because I'm in my feelings. I'm going to say it and I'm going to support it with facts. The reason why they're trying to take our guns is because they literally want to be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do with us as a people. That's it. I'm not going to disarm somebody unless I want to have power over that person. Because I think that person could either hurt me or they could hurt someone else. So that's the only reason why I'm going to do it. Historically, any other country that has done that very thing I just mentioned, which is to disarm the people, they've done it the exact same way. They start with a gun registry, then they move forward with a gun confiscation, but they call it a buyback. And all of this is being done under the whole thing of, oh, we're trying to make it safe for Americans. We want to make our people safe, and this is the only way to do it. They are literally trying to, and hear me again, they want to take away our guns so that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do to us. And they're starting off with the AR-15 / rifle, assault rifle. I don't give a damn what you want to call it. A long gun, whatever. They want to take it. The reason why they want to take it is because it is the number one weapon that we have and that we can possess as Americans that can actually respond to a tyrannical government. Now, I know some of y'all thinking I got my pro 2A thing and I'm sounding like one of them conspiracy guys. Nope. I'm telling you what I know. That's exactly why they want to do it. If I see a guy with a rocket launcher, a rifle, a handgun, a bat, and a stick, who do you think I want to get the weapon out of first? Who do you think? Who is my biggest threat? The rocket launcher guy. Because he can just let that motherfucker go, and that's it. That ain't how a rocket launcher sound. It don't make the it don't do that. It don't say and then blow up. But I'm just saying that is my biggest threat. After that, it would be the rifle. Why is that? Because a rifle is a weapon that you can use. It is very easy to use, and it has effectiveness at short and long range. It is very effective. Very effective. This motherfucker here works. And here's my thing. When you see other countries And you see those other countries who've been disarmed telling your ass, don't let them do it. Sounded like they sounded like Sylvester Mama in Rosewood. Y'all remember when Sylvester Mama got shot? When she was like, that boy was white. Pow! And they shot her. And Sylvester was like, Mama. And he went outside and he dragged her in the house and he closed the door. She was like, Sylvester, don't let them straddle you, baby. She told his ass, don't let them straddle you because they coming for you. That's exactly what it was. She went out there, tried to be diplomatic and nice to them white folks. She said, look, I done raised half of you and was midwife to most of you. Or she said, I was midwife to most of you, raised half of you. She said, y'all know good and well that my boy wouldn't do nothing like this. She said, now I'm going to tell you the truth. Y'all know good and well that woman such and such, such and such, and that boy was white. And they shot her ass. That was it. She dead. Mama gone. And her dying words was, don't let them straddle you. That's exactly what this country's trying to do. That's what this whole little ploy, it's all to come and get the rifles. Because if they can get the rifles, then they can come and get the handguns. Once they get the handguns, game over. Just like in Independence Day, when that clock was counting down and them motherfuckers didn't know what that signal meant, except for Jeff Goldblum, what did he say when that shit went to zero? Checkmate. And what happened when it went to checkmate and that clock went down to zero? They started firing off on them motherfucking major cities. White House included. So that's what it is. And I'm not trying to build up a case and get the crescendo and get all the way up to that. I'm telling you flat out what the game is. They are putting forth every effort to take your guns, to take my guns, to take our guns. And they're just starting with the rifle. That's why they want to make it. This is the worst. This is the worst thing ever. It's an assault grade weapon, and it is just, it is something that you just don't need. Why you get to tell me what I need and what I don't need? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm the last motherfucker you want to disarm, right? Just saying. What is this doing to you right now? Nothing. How many people that are like me that are law-abiding citizens, got their guns fair and square, paid for their guns outright? Why am I the one that's first on your list? Why am I the one that you want to say I can't have this? Because they know what this thing can do. If they do say, y'all go take everybody's guns, they know it's so many of us that we are a fucking militia and a formidable adversary. They know it's motherfuckers like us that got ammo. They know it's motherfuckers like us that got these guns and we take care of them. We got the best of them. Hell, most of us that got these, they better than the militaries. They know if anything ever goes left, we the motherfuckers that's gonna draw the line and set this shit straight. That's what they know. And I'm telling you like this, they're right. We are the ones that are smart enough, educated enough, that are trained, that are working on training. We the ones that's going to the range that they're scared of, that they're concerned about. That's why they want to get the law on their side. That's why they're pushing for legislation to disarm the law-abiding citizens, because we are the biggest threat. We are the ones that will cause the biggest problem. We are the clear and present danger to their agenda. We're the ones that vote. We are the ones that have the weapons. We are the ones that read. We are the ones that understand and have knowledge. We are the ones that are training. We are the ones that are buying the ammunition. That's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. And the government, Those elite fucking politicians that think that what we're doing, we don't need this, and they should be telling us what we need because we stupid, we don't know anything. They are the ones that are scared of us. They know that we are the ones that can turn the tide. They know that we are the ones that can do like Jesus and turn over tables in the tabernacle. So that's why they want to come and get our guns from us the legal way, so that there won't be any, so they won't say, well, see, we doing, this is the law. This is the law that's put in. We wrote the law, we passed it through Congress, just like any other law, so y'all got to give it up. That's just what it is, for everybody to be safe. They're trying to use that fear in order to control us. That's why they call it gun control. It is literally to control the people. That's it. So when we're talking about this and we're going into this guy that they have for confirmation, his name is David Chipman. And David Chipman, in my opinion, is probably the worst, or one of the worst people that could get in this position. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because he on Joe Biden's side, not because he's Joe Biden's boy. Nope. His philosophy on guns and what he looks at as far as what the people should be able to do, it is so fucked up. And it has been, and the things he said in the past in social media are so alarming that there is no way possible that he should be confirmed as the ATF director. No way possible. Here's the other thing. And before I start playing these videos and breaking them down, I want to explain this because a lot of people don't understand this. Do you actually know what the ATF director's job is? Do you know what the ATF is? The ATF is the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Basically like the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. That's what they do. Alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives. That's what they do. The director of that person is to do nothing but enforce the laws. If I'm in charge of the ATF, I'm supposed to make sure, here it is in a nutshell, I am supposed to make sure that the people that are working for me, that are under my jurisdiction, they are not doing anything illegal with alcohol, like selling it to minors, things like that, transporting it illegally, things like that, right? I'm supposed to make sure they're doing the same thing with tobacco, just like with, tobacco that's not supposed to be over here, like coming from Cuba. Well, not from Cuba no more, because we good with Cuba now, ain't we? But things like that, making sure they're not selling it illegally, making sure that they're not transporting it illegally. Firearms. Well, I'll go to explosives next. Explosives. I'm supposed to make sure that ain't nobody building bombs, ain't nobody walking around with C4, ain't nobody selling illegal explosives. That's what I'm supposed to do. With firearms, they're supposed to say, hey, I'm making sure that ain't nobody selling illegal firearms, ain't nobody transporting illegal firearms, and making sure that the firearms that we have are registered where they're supposed to be registered, and the ones that are the background checks that are going through are being done properly. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, Left Third, I've done 2 shows in one day. Ain't that something? Boy, I'm telling you, I'm growing. But that's what they're supposed to do. Making sure don't nobody have grenades. Shit like that. Okay? Their job is not to impose their will on the people. What they think should be is not what their job is. Their job is not to say, I feel nobody should have this, and then that's so. They are not here to write policy. That's exactly what their job is, not to say, well, I feel that what my philosophy. All you do is spin record. You ain't DJ Kid Capri. You ain't no D. That's all I need you to do, Blue, is spin records. Worry about this alcohol, this tobacco, and these explosives too. It ain't just all firearms. However, it seems that's all they talk about and all they worry about and all they do. And ain't nobody saying nothing about that shit. Ain't nobody asking no questions. Well, hey, what do you think about the cigarette industry and how things are going? Ain't nobody asking about that shit. What do you think about all of the loose squares being sold in the hood? Y'all do know it's illegal to sell loose squares. Like, that's what the hell I want David Chipman to be worried about. Get this loose square market under control, you son of a bitch. That's what I need you to do. I need you to be worried about these loose squares being sold in the hood. It's fucking up the game. These niggas have perverted the tobacco industry by selling these loose squares, and y'all ain't doing shit about it. That's what I need. My directive ATF. You asked David Chipman about a loose square. Say, David Chipman, can you give us what would be your tactics on resolving the loose squares being sold in the inner cities? Or better yet, do you even know what loose squares are? He'd be like, what? Loose squares. Are you not familiar with loose squares, David? What? Motherfucker don't know shit about no loose squares. But he gonna tell you about these guns though, ain't he? Yeah, he is. Let's go ahead, let's go to my favorite part of the show, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get it cracking.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
That blew my eardrum. So, this was just pretty much a brief synopsis of what it is, and then I'm going to show you some specific examples of what he was actually being asked and how he answered these questions. It was just like how I talked about with Obama and most of these politicians. Well, no, damn near all of these politicians. And yes, Eric Gardner died over loose squares. Ain't that fucked up? But here's the thing. You got headphones in, my band war torn. I got overexcited. But here's the thing. You remember when I talked about the way that politicians respond or answer questions? How we need to start like calling these motherfuckers out for this shit. And one of the reasons why I actually realize it is just because when you talk to a politician that's well-spoken, and I'm telling like the best who like the GOAT of this shit is Barack Obama. I've never seen anybody as good at doing this as he is. You ask Barack Obama a specific question, and what he will do is he will very slowly repeat that question back, and then as he begins to answer, he'll kind of like start and then stop and then tell you a story. That's what he does. So and I can do it, but I'm not as good as he is. So, and I'm gonna show you how you do it. Somebody ask me a question, just a direct question that will garner a direct response in the chat. Somebody just think of, and I'm showing you how off the cuff how this shit works, and you tell me if this is not what Barack can do. And he does it way better than me. But just think of a question and then go. Okay, bam. What did you eat today? What did I eat today? Well, what I had today, and it's funny that you asked me that, is because, you know, I remember all the time when I would go to school and me and my friends, we would be sitting around. Y'all know you go to school and you'd be sitting around at the playground or right before you're outside going to recess and stuff like that. You're playing around with your friends, and then your friends, you guys will be talking about your food. Everybody have their lunch. You know, you're getting ready to eat. And you got your lunch, and then y'all sitting there and you see somebody with this kind of sandwich and somebody else had that kind. You be like, I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you know, because I'm from the hood, you know. Mamas don't have, you know, the good lunch meat. You know, I got the peanut butter and jelly, you know. So I'd always try to swap with my friends and give them half. And I'd take half of my sandwich and I bite that sandwich and I make it seem like it's really, really good. And then like, you want to switch the other half of this sandwich so I can get your ham sandwich and I give you half of this peanut butter and jelly. You know, that's what I would do, you know, because it's like, that's how we switch around. So it's like, we would do that kind of stuff all the time. And I'm telling you, man, I can't tell you how many times I got to eat good when I was in elementary school. It was really something. Shout out to Metcalf Mustangs in Chicago. Is that not it? Thank you, Tony Fabulous said, damn, I forgot the question. That's exactly how they do that shit. And before you know it, everybody's laughing and giggling because I done made you laugh. Or I'll tell another story and I'll make it seem really tragic. And then you'll be identifying with the tragic part of the question that you'll forget the answer. Yes, Kamala Harris is terrible at it. She is terrible at it. She tries to do it, but she's terrible. But what did she do during the whole time? She give you all 48 of them teeth. Right. That's what she does. She'll say something like, I'm black and I identify with being black, and then she'll just giggle and show her teeth. Literally, like straight up fucking, what do they call that shit? God damn it. Where you just, like when Step and Fetching and all them minstrel shows, she straight go with that. Yeah. Hey. That's what she does. She can't do it. But Barack, that's how he spends it. Then she said she was only black for the election. Y'all didn't know that Kamala Harris was only black for the election. She got, y'all didn't realize, but she had a temporary nigga card. Yeah, if you would have looked at her ID, at the bottom it would have said temporary. It says temporary on it. She only did it for the election. She had a 6-month visa as a nigga. All y'all black women that walked around with your fucking Chuck Taylors on and your fake ass pearls, y'all look stupid than a motherfucker now. She went and hired a bunch of Indians and a bunch of other motherfuckers. She was fucking with no bitches, no black bitches, no. Y'all should look real stupid. All of y'all had on y'all Facebooks, on y'all Instagrams, a pair of Chuck Taylors and pearls. Y'all had on t-shirts when the election went on. Y'all wore pearls, taking selfies in dirty ass bathrooms with big mirrors. All y'all. When I brought Chuck Taylors to match your t-shirts and shit, so you got on a pink t-shirt, pink Chuck Taylors, and some pearls, and you talking about your AKA or your Delta, like Kevin Samuel. Y'all look there like Chucks and pearls, bitch. And what happened? As soon as that motherfucking 20th came over, what was it, January 21st? Soon as that shit came around, that bitch took that motherfucking nigga card and said, they turned that in, that's expired. Okay, now, let me get this dot on my forehead and get some of my people in here, make my mama proud. That's exactly what motherfuckers did. That's exactly what they did. He said dressing like Lori Lightfoot, right? That's exactly. That's exactly what happened. And then what she do? Left all y'all outside the coast. She told y'all motherfuckers like, I'll be right back. Like you remember like a motherfucker go to the club or some shit and you go in the club and you know you on the list and you know that you gonna get in, but you see somebody you know at the club and they in the line, but you ain't gotta wait in the line because you plugged. And they be like, hey, Bree, can you get me in? I be like, I try, man. Just wait out here. Hold on. I'll try to get you in. You go there, hey, man, they ain't gonna let nobody else in here. Like, I know, nigga. And you in that motherfucker. 2 hours later, you see that nigga, you up in the VIP, you see that nigga come in, like, man, what's up? Like, man, they wouldn't let me let you in, bro. They was on that list tonight, bro. I'm telling you, folk. Be like, folk, they was on that list, G. They wasn't budging on that list, man. They were like, all right, man. Look mad the motherfucker at your ass. Hey, nigga, I'm glad you got in, though. I got my drink, like, I'm glad you here, though, fam. It's good. That's just what it is. That nigga Edmund said she got that Johnny Quest, that Haji. She went sim salabim on your ass. See, some of y'all may not know about Johnny Quest. That nigga Haji. That nigga Haji. Sim salabim. Oh my goodness, boy. You bogus for that. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get this, just the synopsis of what was going on, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. That was a good one, though. I remember Johnny Quest like a motherfucker. That was my shit.
Joe Biden has nominated a man called David Chipman to lead the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. This is a concern for a number of reasons. The first is that David Chipman is a zealot. Such a zealot that he has repeatedly shown himself to be willing to lie in the service of his ideology. In a recent internet post, for example, David Chipman claimed that the Branch Davidians...
This nigga Chris went with the Babu Yapple Dapple. Hey, look, I gotta find that joke. I forgot about that nigga Babu Yapple Dapple on her ass. That's it right there. That's it. Kamala put that yapple dapple on these motherfucking black women. They was like, damn. Kamala Harris pulled that. She had all y'all voting for her, went out to the polls, and hit y'all with that babu. Y'all thought y'all had somebody riding with y'all, and she was like, yapple dapple, niggas. I'm out. Thanks for the votes, bitches. Game blouses.
in Waco back in 1993 shot down federal helicopters during the siege that year. And that's not true. They didn't. David Chipman should have known that wasn't true. He was directly involved in the siege. Today, during his confirmation hearings in the Congress, David Chipman once again failed to tell the truth. He testified that to keep this country safe, gun owners with AR-15 should be arrested.
With respect to the AR-15, I support a ban as has been presented in a Senate bill and supported by the president. The AR-15 is a gun I was issued on ATF's SWAT team, and it's a particularly lethal weapon. And regulating it as other particularly lethal weapons, I have advocated for. As ATF director, if I'm confirmed, I would simply enforce the laws and the books.
So much about that was false.
Here's my thing. This is why I got to call out this bullshit. So there is no lethal, more lethal, less lethal. It's either lethal or non-lethal. I don't know how the fuck somebody's gotten that mixed up, but I've never heard of lethal, more lethal, most is lethal, less lethal. It's either lethal or non-lethal. Lethal, gun. Non-lethal, rubber bullets. Lethal, knife. Non-lethal, mace. Lethal, rifle. Non-lethal, pepper spray. Non-lethal, taser. There is no, oh, well, you can go lethal weapon 1, lethal weapon 2, lethal weapon 3, and 4 levels of lethal. No, nigga, it's only 4 lethal weapon movies, but it ain't no other levels of lethal. It's either lethal or it's not lethal. There is no, well, this is more lethal than that one. Well, this here is more lethal too. Lethal means that it kills you or it won't kill you. That's it. That's all it is. God damn. That's it. And yes, why in some states they consider a taser as a lethal weapon. I don't know how, but that's what they say. That's what it is. I guess because it can kill you. But regardless, lethal, non-lethal. All this other shit about more lethal and less lethal, no. It's lethal and non-lethal. Just saying. I don't know what that other shit that they trying to, these 30 shades of gray, these 30 shades of lethal that they try, 50 shades of lethal that these motherfuckers are trying to talk about, that shit don't exist.
False. The AR-15 is one of, in fact, the less lethal rifles you can buy in a gun store. You wouldn't take it deer hunting because it's not lethal enough most of the time. But it's also evidence of zealot.
And to Tucker Carlson's point, sir, you can still kill a deer with a .223 rifle. It's all about shot placement. It is a lethal weapon, period. It's a Mel Gibson, period. Just like a 9mm Glock is, same with a .223 AR-15. Same thing. You can take a .22 rifle is lethal. There it is.
And that's why we want to speak to Jesse Kelly tonight. He's the host of the Jesse Kelly Show to assess this. So, Jesse, how many, I mean, just roughly speaking, there are more than dozens of AR-15s in circulation. I think there are tens of millions of them, likely. What would it mean to ban them in real terms?
It would mean we would get the world that David Chipman wants, and that's the world where he's free to hurt you, Tucker, hurt me, hurt anybody who disagrees with him. I don't know why we feel the need to dance around this, because this is what the...
And this is one of the best explanations of this. One of the best explanations I've heard. Plain and simple, this is the end game to it. These motherfuckers want to be able to Thanos our ass whenever they want to. That's it. All of that, well, we're trying to make it safe for everybody, and we're trying to get a better America. These kids that are getting killed, and we got too many kids not. No. Oh, mama mia. These niggas is trying to take these guns so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do to us. That's it.
He's free to hurt you.
Ban them in real terms.
It would mean we would get the world that David Chipman wants, and that's the world where he's free to hurt you, Tucker, hurt me, hurt anybody who disagrees with him. I don't know why we feel the need to dance around this, because this is what the mistake we make on the right. We hear AR-15 ban, and we hold up some chart that says, well, pistols and fists and stuff, they hurt more people every year. These people know that. David Chipman can read. He's an idiot, but he can read. He knows that. What he wants is the freedom to hurt you, and I don't know why we have to dance around that.
It's such a smart point.
And here's my thing. That's how everybody should look at that. If I'm going to take away the ability for you to have the tools that best protect you and your family and your loved ones, then I want to take it because I want to hurt you. I want to be able to hurt you. I want to have the ability to hurt you with the least amount of resistance possible. That's why you got these motherfuckers over in these Middle Eastern countries throwing motherfucking sandals and rocks at tanks. That's why you had those people in Venezuela going to the fucking Capitol, and because all they had was sticks and fucking stones, they had their own military turn their guns on them and shoot and kill them. See, that's the shit that don't nobody want to talk about to prove the point. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. You want to know why you got motherfuckers over in the Middle East running around throwing rocks at tanks, throwing their fucking sandals at tanks? It's because they don't have guns. Now somebody will say, well, shit, an AR-15 can't stop a tank. You right. You're right. It cannot. But I tell you what, it can stop a motherfucker from getting in that tank. How about that? A tank can't go everywhere you can go. When you get your ass up into them buildings and shit, or get your ass in some tunnels or some shit like that, a motherfucker can't go and run their ass up in there with a tank. No, they got to get the fuck out. A tank can only go so far, can only do so much. So that's the whole point. It's like, yeah, I know we ain't got rocket launchers. Hell, I think we should be able to have them, but we can't. Fine. I don't want nobody taking shit else from me that I use to protect myself and protect my loved ones. I don't. And anybody that's trying to do that, anytime you have people trying to make more laws and to make it more difficult and to take away take away rights of those who actually have earned them and have them given to them as the fact that they're citizens of this country, they are the ones that are trying to be the dictators of that said country. Period. They want to run the show and tell you what the fuck you should and what you shouldn't have. And if you disagree with them, they will kill you for it. Ask North Korea. Ask China. The newest motherfuckers who just got on that boat, good old Canada. Oh, Canada. Y'all can't have no more AR-15s. Oh, Canada. Y'all can't have no more rifles and fun things. That's exactly what it is. When they tell you the lie of they're trying to make it safe for you, let me tell you something. The only people that can make it safe for you is you. The only people that can protect you from what's going on out here in these streets and in the world is you. It ain't nobody else that can do it. The police can't do it. Your politicians can't do it. It's only you. You are responsible for your own personal safety and the safety of your family. You are. Nobody else. I don't know why y'all let politicians tell y'all that shit. They not trying to make it safe for no motherfucking body. They're trying to make it safe for them to run your ass. That's what they're trying to do. That's it. Let me see if I found this shit that I'm looking for.
Only when I can't find pickle. Yepple dapple.
Yapple dapple. That's what Kamala did to this niggas.
Why does nobody say that?
Well, nobody says it because it means acknowledging your fellow Americans want you dead, or at least are okay if you are dead. And I realize that sounds extreme. People, they've called you a Nazi for 4 years for a reason. That's what they think you are. Do you think David Chipman thinks Nazis should be able to own AR-15s? No. He wants the ability, he wants the authority to ban them. I mean, putting that guy in charge of the ATF, it's like throwing a party for your friends and letting Bill Cosby tend the bar.
He bogus as hell for that. Fuck you for talking about this nigga Bill. You ain't shit for that. But it's funny. These niggas still having a party and let Bill Cosby tend the bar. You ain't shit for that, white boy. Fuck what you heard. Jesse Kelly, you's a motherfucker, and motherfuck you. You bogus. That was bogus. Jesse Kelly ain't shit. Fuck you, Jesse Kelly. You right about that gun shit, but you wrong about Bill. Fuck that. Let Bill motherfucking pop mollies and all that shit. He popped the molly and he was sweating. That's what he was doing because that's what they did back then. Fuck all that bullshit.
To target a firearm that is owned overwhelmingly by the most law-abiding people in the country. I read a study the other day that said that people with a concealed weapons permit are less likely than police officers to commit crimes. They commit no crimes. And that goes for the overwhelming majority of AR-15 owners. To target them tells you that it's not really about reducing violence, is it?
Oh, of course. No, it's not about reducing violence. Well, not real violence. I mean, none of these people care about mass shootings, Tucker. They don't care about inner city violence. What they care about is that they've never been able to achieve their final socialist dream in America because half the country owns a lot of firearms. That's
So here's the thing. And for those of you who may have discussions about gun control and things like that, let me give you this talking point. Number one, people that tell you, well, we're trying to make it safe for everyone. We're trying to make it safe to where people, our kids can play outside and all that stuff. Here's the problem with crime and crimes and violent crimes in inner cities and across the board. The problem is this, and we got to fix it. But the problem is, it's not that these people aren't getting caught and aren't getting arrested. It's the fact that when you go into these, especially in these liberal Democrat cities, in these urban cities, your Chicagos, your Detroits, your LAs, your Miamis, your all of these cities, your Baltimores, it's that they're not, it's not that they're getting caught, it's that they are not doing time. They are giving these motherfuckers slaps on the wrist. Literally, they giving them house arrest. Literally, that's what they're doing. So if you want to stop people, you want to stop, let's say, illegal guns. And y'all have heard me say this before. You want to stop illegal guns. You want to stop bad guys from having guns that ain't supposed to have them. All right, great. Here's what you do. You come up with a law and you say this. You get caught with a gun and you ain't supposed to have one. You a felon. You get an automatic mandatory day for day 5 years. You get out in 5 years, you get caught again with a gun, you get an automatic day for day. I said this one could be 8 to 10 years. Minimum of 8. You get caught again after your ass done did 12 years. Or 13 years. 13 years. Yes, it did 13 years. You get out and you insist on having a motherfucking gun again, fine. You get 12 to 15. Now, by that time, if your ass get out, you still want to motherfucking fuck around, then go ahead, because you're too goddamn old to do anything to anybody anyway. But that's what you do. That's exactly what you do. These motherfuckers that got these guns, and I'm talking just straight up, hey, I'm going to have my gun because I need it for protection and all that. All right, fine. You get caught with that motherfucker, come on and sit down. That's what it is. And I know people going to be like, well, shit, in that case, the police, they just be putting guns on niggas. Well, if your ass ain't motherfucking, get out them streets. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Get out them streets. It ain't that many bad cops putting guns on niggas to where it would outweigh the safety of repeat offenders getting back out on the streets doing the same crimes or worse. That's what you need to do. If you want to stop it, that's how you stop it. Because what it's going to do, you're going to still have some knuckleheads that's going to be like, fuck that, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and take my chances with my attorney or take my chances with my public defender. Fine, go ahead, bro. But those other ones that don't want to take, I'm good, bro. I'm straight. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to give up this gang shit because I can't have no gun. I'm out, guys. I'm lowering my flag. Dropping my flag, goddammit. I'm sorry. I'm against the 3 strikes laws. That 3 strike shit was fucked up. It disproportionately locked up niggas and Hispanics, more so niggas. I'm against it. That shit was some fuck shit. That was that Biden bullshit. And it because the 3 strikes laws was anything. Nope. You get locked. If I get locked up for stealing a loaf of bread, that should not be a strike. I get locked up for stealing some ribs out of Walmart, that should not be a strike. And it was. So those are the things that it's like, man, well, I get arrested for drugs, then I get arrested for robbing a motherfucker. Then the next thing you know, I get arrested for stealing a bike. I'm gone. Nope. So, but when you're talking about just wanting to stop crime, wanting to make it safer for people, then you have to crack down on the criminals. You have to crack down on the criminals, as opposed to the sentencing aspect of it. You look at what's going on in Chicago, and the only reason why everybody always say, I always talk about Chicago because that's what I know. But you look at what's going on in Chicago. The amount of motherfuckers getting shot, the amount of motherfuckers getting killed, the amount of motherfuckers getting carjacked, all of that shit. And then look at Kim Foxx and what the fuck she's doing as the district attorney. It speaks for itself. She's more concerned about getting motherfucking criminals out of jail than she is about locking up motherfuckers that's doing fuck shit. She is more concerned about getting them motherfuckers that's in jail already out of jail than she is about the motherfuckers that's actually getting fucked up, raped, murdered, all that shit. Yep, I hear you, but let me try to get these guys that's in jail out of jail. That lets you know they want to create chaos so that you can be afraid. Because when you're afraid, you'll give up anything. You'll give up your freedom. You'll give up your rights. You'll let them create any kind of law that they can tell you just because, and that's how they got that 3 strikes law shit passed. Motherfucking the streets was running rampant with fucking cocaine and crack being sold on the streets and all that shit. It was wilding out, motherfucking wild west type of shit. And these motherfucking preachers and these goddamn politicians, led by Joe Biden, came up with this bullshit ass fucking crime bill that locked up a bunch of niggas disproportionately more than any other motherfucking law since slavery. That's how it happened. That's exactly how it happened. So when you talking about saying how we fix this, how do we stop the gun violence? I just told you how. All of that, we gonna tax this person. We gonna make these people pay this extra. You gotta have insurance to have this gun. We gotta register all guns to make them safe. No, that's bullshit. The fact that you want to make laws for law-abiding citizens lets you know you're full of shit. There's a hidden agenda. That has never worked. Never worked. You have a bunch of people driving around the city, just like what they do in Chicago and in Illinois. You got people driving around without proper license registration with their vehicles. What do? Do you make more registration and vehicle laws? Nope. You put up checkpoints. Hey, checkpoint, we're here to check your driver's license, make sure you got insurance, make sure your shit is right. If your shit ain't right, you're getting a ticket. And if you got a warrant or something, your punk ass going to jail. They do it all the time. They enforce the laws that are already in place. That's it. You want to make shit safer? Enforce the laws that's already in place.
It's just the truth. That was step 1 for every other scumbag dictator in history, and our left in this country missed that step, and it's the only thing separating them from Pol Pot.
Bracing to hear someone tell the truth. Thank you for doing it. Jesse Kelly, good to see you.
You bet. You too, bud.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
That was good shit there, Jesse Kelly, but that was some fuck shit you said about Bill Cosby. Fuck that. I'm holding a grudge. I'm mad. Now, that pretty much just sums up what this whole play is about. Now, let me go ahead and support what I'm saying by just giving you some snippets of what actually happened during the confirmation hearings. The shit that was actually being asked by senators saying, hey, man, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts about that? Can you tell me this? Can you tell me that? These motherfucking responses are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. This dude is literally just not answering questions. And it, to me, it's beyond appalling, and it's disrespectful to me. The fact that these motherfuckers have these goddamn, and they do the shit all the time, but I would just like for them to just stop with the bullshit. I wish I was a senator, because I would be the one to set the precedent to just say, here's my thing, sir. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I don't want a long drawn out answer. I would like direct answers to these direct questions that I ask you. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You can sit here and smile in my face, and you can sit here and give me that look like you're really intent and you're really glad I'm asking these questions. You don't have to say that anymore. Just answer the questions that I'm asking you with direct answers, as opposed to wasting the people's time by doing all of this dancing and all of this wordplay that so many of you all love to do. That's what I would do, and I would preface it because it's disrespectful to the law-abiding, to the citizens of this country that are actually trying to get a direct answer. All of the rambling, pontification on all of the shit that you want to tell me, I don't want to hear it. I just want direct questions. So if I ask you what your name is, can you just tell me what's your name, sir? My name is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm asking for during these series of questions. Are we clear? Yes. Great. Because they let these motherfuckers go on and on and on and dance around with these bullshit ass answers, and they don't call them out on it until they get pissed off and they upset and they mad. Once you get upset, once you get mad in a situation, you lose control. Because all this is, it's a tug of war. And if you're the one asking the question, you get to set the motherfucking boundaries. Hey man, I know you want to go in depth with all of these answers, but we don't have time for that today. I just need some direct answers. Yes, no. Can you do that? If you can't, then that'll let me know that I definitely don't need to confirm you at all. Because I don't need to deal with nobody who's going to give me some bullshit run around answers to my direct questions. Now, if I ask you a long drawn out question, by all means, give me a long and drawn out answer. But if I ask you a direct question, sir, I would like for you to respect me and the people of this country enough to do the same thing and give me a direct response and an answer. That's how you set these motherfuckers up to where they won't be able to just bullshit you and give you the fucking runaround. But let's watch.
I want to turn to a second matter now, Mr. Chipman. You have called for an assault weapons ban. I have a simple question for you. What is an assault weapon?
Senator, an assault weapon would be, in the context of the question you asked, what Congress defines it as.
So you're asking us to ban assault weapons. We have to write legislation. Can you tell me what is an assault weapon? How would you define it if you were the head of the ATF? How have you defined it over the last several years as your role as a gun control advocate?
Senator, if I'm confirmed as ATF director, my recollection is the only process by which ATF has weighed in is that I know there's a Demand Letter 3 program, which requires multiple reports, multiple sale reports on the southwestern border. And ATF in that program has defined an assault rifle as any semi-automatic rifle capable of accepting a detachable magazine above the caliber of .22, which would include a .223, which is, largely the AR-15 round.
So you
Now here's my thing. Number one, why couldn't he just say that the first time he asked him? And you know why he couldn't say that or didn't want to say that? It's because he's literally telling everybody, I'm banning everything that is above a .22. Every semi-automatic gun that is a rifle that is above a .22, he is considering that an assault rifle. Fuck the AR, fuck fuck the 5.56 I want it all. I want it all, and I want it now. That dude said everything above a .22, that's a rifle. Anything above a .22, that's a rifle. He wanted it all. Now, that's not handguns because he's talking rifle. So he's saying rifle specifically. Now, the handguns are going to follow because that's going to be the easiest one to get because they're going to say this is just killing the most people most of the time, so we're going to take these. But the rifle, they can't justify it, which is why they're trying to fight that battle first. But he literally said any rifle that is above a .22 caliber, he wants it. I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Who in the fuck thinks that that's even reasonable? You talking about an extreme, motherfucker? That's beyond extreme. That is beyond extreme. He said, Calvin said, Brian, this isn't on black people radar. It's about defunding cops and race hustling. Yes. That's all niggas ain't, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is because niggas ain't even, they're not even in a space to where they're even checking for this, where they're even thinking about this. Because niggas are just right now hot topics. And this ain't a hot topic. This is important than a motherfucker, but it's not a hot topic. And because it ain't a hot topic, niggas don't know nothing about it. That's just what it is. But this dude just said, you talking about, do you know how many guns? That's everything. 223, 556, 7.62, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 300 Blackout. I'm telling y'all how many guns, how many calibers I'm running off here? 7.8. Mm-hmm. The 5.7. Mm-hmm. Let's see if I missed anything. 50 cal. The 50 cal BMG. Is that everything? I think that's it. Right. Niggas don't understand complex ideas, man. They don't understand. I already said 6.5 Creedmoor. And I'm about to get me one of them too. That's my next gun. That's 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.8. Yep. 6.8 special. I'm telling you, that's 10 calibers. A 7mm. I don't even know what the hell that is. I ain't never heard no 7mm. But if that is one, then throw that in there too. That's 10 calibers of firearms. Gone. Yes, 338 Lapua. Gone. 30-06. Gone. We had 12 already. Do you understand that? That dude just said that that's what it is. Okay, 7mm is a beast. All right. That's 13 different calibers. He ain't talking about the guns. He talking about the calibers. So if that gun can shoot that caliber that he just named, give it here. Give me that motherfucker. I want it. It's my gun and I want it now. And people aren't even saying, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? That's just like me saying this. I think that there should be a ban on fast cars. Well, what do you consider a fast car, Mr. Redman? I consider a fast car anything that is over 4 cylinders and that pretty much has the ability to go faster than 75 miles an hour, because that is the highest speed, or 80 miles an hour, or is it 90? Is there 90? I think it's 90 out in California in some areas. Or any vehicle that can go over 90 miles an hour, 75 miles per hour. Well, why do you say 75? Well, 75 miles per hour is the average speed limit on any of the highways, so no one should be able to go that faster than that in a vehicle. Anything past that would be dangerous to mankind and to fellow Americans, and to make everyone safe. We want to have it to where all vehicles are 4 cylinders and cannot go over 75 miles an hour. Do you know how many cars would be confiscated and would be considered illegal if there was to be a fast vehicle ban? We're gonna ban fast vehicles. We're gonna ban the high-speed vehicles in our country to make our roads safer. Imagine how many cars would be turned in once we do a vehicle confiscation. Because every car is registered right now. If it's roadworthy, it's registered. So I'm telling you, that's what it is. Well, why do you say 4 cylinders? Well, you know, it's harder to go faster in a 4 cylinder than it is in a 6 or in an 8 or definitely in a 12. It's harder to do. So people that are driving 4 cylinder, and listen to this case I'm making. The people that are driving 4 cylinder vehicles tend to drive a lot slower than people who have higher cylinder vehicles. You got a V12, you're going to drive faster than a person who has a V4. You're just naturally going to do it. So that's why we want to take all of the V6s, V8s, V12s. We want to take them all to make it safe for everyone. There it is. That's simple.
Believe that every weapon that takes a detachable magazine that can take a 22 round or 5.56 in the military parlance should be defined as an assault weapon?
Let me clarify. What I believe I just said is any semi-automatic rifle.
Okay, any semi-automatic rifle.
See how he tried to get petty with it? You see what he said? He asking him a straight up question, and this dude is trying to make it seem like it's not what it is when it is just what he said. Watch, let's do this shit again.
Automatic rifle. Let me clarify. What I believe
Should be defined as an assault weapon. Detachable magazine, that every weapon that takes a detachable magazine that can take a 22 round or 5.56 in the military parlance should be defined as an assault weapon?
Let me clarify. What I believe I just said is any semi-automatic rifle.
Okay, any semi-automatic rifle.
What?
That's the definition. A detachable magazine that takes a 5.56 or 22 round should be defined as an assault weapon.
Senator, you asked me if ATF had used this term, and I was sharing with you my knowledge of a program in which ATF has defined this term. And it is in the Demand Letter 3 program, and that rifle is a semi-automatic rifle capable of accepting a detachable magazine with a round greater than a .22 caliber. And in those cases, firearms dealers on the southwest border are required to make a multiple sale report to ATF.
I'm amazed that that might be the definition of assault weapon. That would basically cover every single modern sporting rifle in America today.
Yes.
Let me put it this way.
And that's the point. That lets you know what it is. This ain't about making things safe. This is about confiscation. That's it. Anybody else, and I'm telling you, anybody having this conversation with other people, you can go to this video and you can play this part right here that lets you know exactly what it is. It ain't about making the streets safe. It ain't about getting rid of 60-round magazines. It's about straight up confiscation. We don't want you to have them at all. Period. We want to dictate and control what you get to have, and we're going to do that by saying you don't get to have this because this is what we say that it is. It's already written. We just want to get it to where the policy is already, the description is already there. We just want to get it to policy. Because once we can get it into a law, that's it. If they were to come up and okay that shit today, based on what the ATF has listed as that type of, what he was talking about, that Article 3 or whatever the fuck that was, basically that's what he's saying. Every goddamn rifle that has a detachable magazine that can that has a greater caliber of .22 caliber is gone. Off top. We're not talking about going back and revising the shit and adding other calibers. We ain't talking about that. We just saying off top, in the dough, there it is. That's a problem. A huge fucking problem. And he cool with the shits. He's with it.
If I wanted to buy an assault weapon and I walked into Walmart or Cabela's or some other firearm dealers and I looked up on the wall where they were labeling their weapons, would there be a label on the wall for assault weapon?
I don't believe, Senator, and thank you for this question, that the firearms industry has used the term assault rifle in their marketing since there was a ban on it. It was after that that they changed their use of the term assault rifle to the modern sporting rifle. Well,
So I've been in Walmarts and I've been in Cabela's and I've seen that you can find sections for pistols or handguns or for shotguns or for rifles because those are actual kinds of firearms. I think our exchange here illustrates that.
Exactly. And I like the fact that he brought that up. This whole assault rifle shit, that, like Easy just said, this shit is it's a made up term. Just to make it scary. That's all it is. Like, it's just one of those things to where they're just making shit up to make it worse than what it is. Like when you hear motherfuckers call people protesters or insurrectionists? You like that? Huh? You hear how that shit works? When it's a summer of protesting, these people are called protesters. The people that set shit on fire, the people that riot and take and steal shit, they are called protesters. Okay? However, when you have another group of people that go to the state capitol, to the nation's capital, and they break glass, tear down doors, they're called insurrectionists. What's the difference? I'll wait. Please, someone tell me what's the difference. And what was so funny about that, it was more niggas who was upset about the protest that went down at the Capitol than it was about the shit that went down, the same type of protest that went down in their own neighborhoods. I cannot tell you how many conversations I just stopped having when I heard niggas who don't know shit about the fucking nation's capital, who half of them ain't been since their 8th grade trip took them there, talked about how serious that was. Bro, them niggas was at the Capitol though, man. That shit they did at the Capitol, bro, man, that shit was unacceptable, man. Nigga, they just burned down your entire Target and Walmart and Wendy's in your own neighborhood. Nigga, your grandmama can't even go to the store and get the medicine that she needs because y'all niggas watch them burn down and tear up the fucking CVS. Nigga, the bank in your own neighborhood is shut down and ain't open back up because you niggas tore up the motherfucking ATMs. How is that with something that directly impacts you? How are you saying that that is less of a concern to you than what happened 7 to 10 states over at the goddamn Capitol? And all they had was some broken glass. Are you fucking serious? Wasn't shit burned, wasn't shit set on fire. These motherfuckers had some broken glass doors and some broken little paintings or whatever. I'm just saying though, man. You right, nigga. You just saying some stupid shit. Let me tell you, the history of our nation, it is important. Do I give a fuck about some broken glass doors at the goddamn Capitol? Or do I care about a fucking Walmart in my neighborhood that provides food, that provides jobs, that provides taxes to help our fucking community? Walmart's more important. I'm sorry. If y'all fucked up a old painting of George Washington crossing the Delaware, that's fucked up. But I'm more concerned about the Walmart not opening back up in my own neighborhood because that shit was helping to fund my schools. Just saying. Fuck what you heard. That's what I'm most concerned about. That motherfucker employed about 250 people in my own goddamn neighborhood. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm more concerned about. The part-time jobs, the full-time jobs that my people were getting from that, yes. The other businesses that was thriving because of the traffic from the Walmart, like the Subways, like the McDonald's, like the other little stores, the little food restaurants and shit like that that's over there because of that big dumbass Walmart that's in my community. Yes, I'm more concerned about that than I am about a fucking painting of a goddamn tree or the White House and the way it looked back in 1842. I'm sorry, but I'm not concerned about that more than I am concerned about this business that's in my neighborhood that's providing resources for me and my people. The fact that my grandmama ain't got to catch a fucking Uber to go pick up her medicine in the white neighborhood because that's the only place niggas didn't go fuck shit up at. And she got to spend motherfucking $30 to $40 to go get a goddamn Uber to go get her medicine. then yeah, I think I'm more concerned about that Walmart and that CVS and that Walgreens than I am concerned about the motherfucking lampshade at the goddamn Capitol. I'm sorry, but yeah. But you got niggas who was saying, man, that was just unacceptable, man. They went too far. Nigga, they burned down the shit in your own neighborhood. Oh, but because they went and tore up the motherfucking Nike store and you got 4 pairs of gym shoes out of it for $20, then you good. Because they went and raided and fucking rioted and robbed the fucking Gucci store and you was able to get you not 2, but 4 pair of Gucci flip-flops to where you ain't got to buy no more Gucci flip-flops for the next 4 years, then you good with that though. Boy, if you don't, boy, I can't.
That there really is no such thing as an assault weapon. That is a term that was manufactured by liberal lawyers and pollsters in Washington to try to scare the American people into believing that the government should confiscate weapons that are wildly popular for millions of Americans to defend themselves and their families and their homes.
Exactly. Let me play that one more time.
Wildly popular. That is a term that was manufactured by liberal lawyers and pollsters in Washington to try to scare the American people into believing that the government should confiscate weapons that are wildly popular for millions of Americans to defend themselves and their families and their homes.
That's exactly what it
Senator
was.
Hirono.
Exactly. And I'm so glad that he called that shit out and said what it is and said what the truth is. And my thing is this. This is what we should be concerned about because this shit directly impacts us. Directly impacts us. That weapon, at the end of the day, that AR-15, that is a weapon that you should never want anyone to be able to take from you. Defend their home. I want to defend my homes from niggas. I want to defend my homes from thieves. I want to defend my homes from anybody coming and try to take or tell me what the fuck I can't do and violate my rights. That's what I want to defend my home from. A fucking bear? Fuck, y'all saw that video of that goddamn what was that? Not a meerkat, a fucking bobcat in my neighborhood. I want my AR-15. I want my AR-15. I want my AR-15. Now look at them yo-yos. That's the way you do it. You play your guitar like an AR-15. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Oh, man. Get your money for nothing and your AR-15. That's what I want. I want my AR-15, Jack. Fuck what you heard. I keep telling people the story. When I first started getting on YouTube, I was on the panel with on the You Dig, and we was talking and we was debating and on the panel with this chick from New York named Posh Remy with the Porsche. That was her name, and that bitch told me she gonna send 100 Haitians to my door. Because I sound like I got a white wife, and she gonna send 100 Haitians to my front door. And you know what I said? I said, well, look here, Posh Remy. Them first 60 ain't gonna make it. So you better hope that them 40 The mother 40 can get through before I reload. But I can tell you this, Posh Remy, the first 60 ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna get it because they ain't got it. I'll tell you that right now. And the only way I can be that effective is to have my AR-15. And as soon as they be coming in, yelling that Haitian shit, I'm going to be like, now look at them yo-yos. That's the way you do it. Get you. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Get your money for nothing than your AR-15. That's what I want to do. I want to do what I want to do. And I'm going to let this 60 round speak for itself. I'm telling you right now, that's why you need an AR-15. I did the video a while ago with the pregnant woman who's in her house while her husband and daughter are outside in their backyard, get to argue with some niggas, and these niggas get to whooping some ass, and she pulled and threatening this motherfucker with a gun. The pregnant woman, this woman was like 7 or 8 months pregnant. She came from the kitchen with an AR-15 and let that motherfucker ride, and she saved her husband and her daughter's life when she got both of them niggas. One of them niggas died right there, and the next nigga died about 100 feet, 100 yards away, trying to, he tried to run after he got shot. That's what happened. So you can't tell me that this gun ain't you don't need no use. Aside from the sporting purpose, aside from the hunting purpose, you talking about what it really is? Home defense, being able to kill 2 or 3 motherfuckers, that's the best tool you can use to do it. All that shotgun Joe shit, buy a shotgun. I can't do that. I gotta do that 5 or 6 times? Nope. Let me hold this trigger and pop, 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 pop. That's what I want to be able to do. I don't want to have to, I got to rack this one. I got to keep racking this motherfucker. Oh, shit, I only got 5 shots. Now I got to load it. Hold on, y'all. Time out, everybody. Let me reload my shotgun. I know you and your guys, y'all want to come in and steal my shit, but hold on, let me reload this motherfucker. Okay, check. Time in. Hey, where you going? Get out of my house. Bang. Check. Bang. No. That's just what it is. Yeah, shotguns are good for shooting birds. Shotgun is good for, killing a little animal or something like that, hunting. I get it. Yep, it's good for that. Dispatching a group of niggas, I don't want that gun. That's one of my last choices. It's one of my last resorts. Right, unless it's a Vepa 12 or a Fostec Origin. Fuck that shit. Don't tell me what I get to use to protect and save my life. I just don't like it, Sam I am. I do not like politicians and ham. Well, I do like ham, but I don't like politicians.
And how that might influence your work at the ATF. And one of the things that I hear from Tennesseans is they want the ATF to be going after criminals, not after law-abiding gun owners.
Exactly.
So how would you execute that?
Exactly. Great question. And here's another reason why I'm telling you it's about taking law-abiding citizens' guns, because that should be the focus. That would not be the focus of what gun legislation is about, what gun control is about. If you're trying to make sure that criminals aren't doing illegal shit, that's what your focus would be. Not trying to write policy on what should be banned. Because the last time I checked, and I'll keep saying this, Criminals don't follow laws. Criminals don't give a fuck about bans. Don't you remember when all of the drugs and shit was coming in through Miami and Florida and shit? How many motherfuckers had Uzis? How many motherfuckers had machine guns? How many motherfuckers was dying in that fucking state? Because of the drugs being pumped in and literally building and funding that entire city's economy, that state's economy. They wasn't paying attention to no damn laws, machine. Oh, we can't have a machine gun here, so let's not. No, they like, yeah, we gonna have this motherfucker here. Straight bullshit. But let's see how he answers this question.
Thank you, Senator. And thank you also for spending the time on the phone with me earlier so we could meet. I think the perfect example of how Tennesseans should expect ATF to respond is how we responded to your city that was bombed on Christmas. We will always be there in the worst hours to determine who committed a crime and bring them to justice if we can. We will always be focused on criminals. That's what we do.
And I hope you appreciate.
And what she said is you would always be focused on criminals. Okay, if that's what you focused on, then why in the hell are you worried about taking away and banning assault rifles? Why are you worried about that then? Like it ain't enough crime going on? It ain't enough criminals out here? David Chipman? Huh, Chip? That's what you're saying?
Appreciate why.
And y'all tell me this, to my hunters out there. Is it easier to hunt with like a 22 as opposed to a shot? Oh, I see somebody just put it in there, 22 caliber for rabbits and shit like that, right? I mean, even with birdshot, is it easier? It's I guess that's what you use birdshot for, to take down a little bird or something. But for like small game, like little like coyotes and shit like that you try to kill, little motherfucking rabbits and stuff like that, is it better to hunt with a 22 as opposed to, you know, something like a shotgun? I just thought about that. So, and I do want actually with you putting that in there, Ronan, I want a crossbow. I do. I believe I want to get a crossbow just so I can be on some old Walking Dead shit. But I want a nice crossbow. Shout out to Illa Dre, hit your boy with $2. Thank you, man. He said for the Johnny Quest reference. My man.
People are very concerned about your stance on the Second Amendment and are very concerned that you would be going after law-abiding gun owners. So let me ask you this. In the House Judiciary Committee hearing on 2019, you said, and I'm quoting you, simply reinstating the 90s era ban on assault weapons is not enough. So I want you to tell me what is enough in relation to the state.
So essentially what he said is that the 90 for assault weapons ban, that wasn't enough. They need to go further than that. And essentially what that was there was a ban on all assault rifles for 10 years. 10 years. They went from 94 to 2000 or 93 or something like that. Or was it 92 to 2003? Whatever it was. They went 10 years with this ban. And the statistics showed that it did not. Factual evidence. Straight statistical evidence. The numbers didn't lie. It did not matter one way or the other not having these guns. It did not change death rate, death tolls, or anything. It didn't. Which is why they said, all right, fuck it. There's no point in doing it. Why they're trying to do it again? Can't be to make us safer, because the first go around with that shit already proved that. They're doing it again because they want to take away our fucking guns. So what people are saying that they don't want to do, it's exactly what they want to do. We want to take y'all shit. So y'all can't do shit when we want to do some shit to y'all. That's it. We want you throwing rocks and shoes and sticks at our tanks. That's what we want. When our soldiers are marching the streets, taking y'all shit, we want y'all to be responding with fucking rocks. We want y'all to be responding with fucking sticks and bats. So we can have a reason to shoot a few of you motherfuckers. And then we can say, yeah, that's a deadly weapon. You can kill somebody with a bat or a golf club. That's what they want.
Statement.
Thank you for the question. In that hearing, I was commenting on the fact that I had the opportunity to enforce the National Firearms Act for 24 years. That was an act that balanced the right of individuals to possess those firearms, but had a regulatory structure that I found kept them out of the hands of criminals, which is the ultimate goal of all Americans. I thought, and I expressed that belief at that time, that the National Firearms Act would be a proper way to balance the rights and
So
responsibilities
the
of
National
Americans.
Firearms Act would be enough.
I believe that the National Firearms
Let
Act would be
me,
enough.
let me ask you this, because in the same hearing you continued, and this gets to the question that Senator Kennedy had for you, and I'm quoting you. Instead, we should regulate a broader class of firearms, including assault weapons manufactured before the law's enactment. One option would be to require the registration of all existing assault weapons under the National Firearms Act, while banning the future manufacture and sale of these firearms. So
you know what that means? She said, fuck dropping the mic, you just threw it at us. Right. I'm just trying to keep these facts out here. That's all. I'm trying to make this as simple and plain as it possibly can be. So for those people that are having discussions about this, you can actually just make it simple and plain. So what she's just now said is that this dude wants to be able to say, hey, we need to extend this shit beyond this. And the best way to do that is for us to say, you can't make no more AR-15s. They're illegal to make, which is going to shut down all of the companies that make rifles. You can't make no more because it's illegal to make it, like they just did in Canada. They just did that shit in Canada. Prime Minister, no voting, no quorums, no nothing, no conversations. Prime Minister came on TV and said, look, in 2 years, y'all can't make no more AR-15s, and in 2 years, y'all got to have them all turned in. All AR-15 style rifles got to be turned in 2 years, and you can't buy or sell no more of these rifles here in Canada. Oh, Canada. And I'm out. And he literally dropped the mic and left. Well, he didn't literally drop it, but he dropped the mic and then that was it. And the motherfucker was sitting there saying, what the fuck did we do? And that's exactly why he's saying, why do you want to register? Why do you want a gun registry, David Chipman? So I'll know who all got what so I can come and get this shit. That's why. That is why. I want to know who got what so I can come get what the fuck you got. Why would I create a ban and a registry at the same time? So I can come get it. That's all. That whole national gun register, we can make sure guns are already registered. There's already, they want a national registry so the federal government can say, we know who got what and we know who got what where. We're coming to get it. Your name is Robert Smith. Robert Smith, you have registered 18 guns. We're coming to get all 18 of them because they're all illegal based on the National Firearms Act. Sorry, sir. We'll give you $20 a piece for each gun. Take it or leave it. That's fine. Either way, we're taking it. You want to dispute? You want to file a claim? Go to this website and fill it out. However, when the military officers come knocking at your door, you better give it to them or you'll be in violation and are subject to be jailed and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's how that shit gonna look. And if anybody try to tell you anything different, they're full of shit. There's nothing else in this country that is illegal to where motherfuckers won't come knock on your door and take your ass to jail. Drugs, knock on your door, take your ass to jail. Kick your door down, take your ass to jail. Show up with a warrant, take your ass to jail. That's what it is. That's just what it is. So all that bullshit you try to talk, we wouldn't do that. The government's not gonna. They wouldn't dare. Bullshit to the back. This is chess, not checkers, motherfucker. These motherfuckers are trying to lay the groundwork to where they can just look up. You'll look up one day and all this shit will be done. And it won't be nothing you can do about it. Because you've been letting them chip away at the shit for years.
in these statements, You're talking about expanding the National Firearms Act, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You heard
so
that?
that would not be enforcing it as it is written. That would be a change of policy.
Exactly. And see, this is the shit that people ain't listening to, ain't listening for. That's exactly what he just said. So all that shit that everybody else saying when they tell you the government is not trying to take your guns, and then you hear motherfucking Beto O'Rourke turn right back around and say, "You goddamn right, we're gonna take your guns. You goddamn straight, we're gonna come take your guns. You're goddamn rootin' tootin'. We gonna take it to keep you niggas from shooting. We gonna get them. We gonna go out here and go get them, boy." Shout out to Cat Williams. That's exactly what he's saying. We're going to expand this shit, then we're going to come and register this shit so we can come and get this shit. We want to write more legislation so we can take this shit. That's what the fuck he's saying. And she just said it and said, "I'm quoting you, motherfucker." And he just said, "Yes, that is correct." It don't get no more righter than that.
And then you, as it is written, that in these statements, you're talking about expanding the National Firearms Act, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that would not be enforcing it as it is written. That would be a change of policy. And then you would ban the future manufacture. That would be a change of policy. Banning the sale would be a change of policy. And in these statements, and going back to that hearing, you were referring to common semi-automatic firearms when you speak of assault weapons, correct?
Senator, in this hearing, I was acting as an advocate and was asked to propose solutions to complex problems.
And you
as
were
the direct.
That's what the fuck, that ain't got shit to do with what the question she's asking. You see how he's trying to finesse this shit? That ain't got shit to do with it, dude. She's saying, "This is what you said." Yes. "Motherfucker, this is what you did." Yeah. "Well, I was asked to come up with some solutions for," this is what the fuck you said. This is one of your solutions. These are your ideas. This is the policy that you would want to write. Why are you trying to dodge and sidestep this shit, dude? Because as fucked up as it sounds, he like, damn, I don't want this to come out this way. Truthfully and honestly, I want to try to make it seem like this was how it kind of evolved. Bullshit. This is what it is. Bullshit.
Referring to semi-automatic
Advocate and was asked to propose.
firearms when you speak of assault weapons, correct?
Senator, in this hearing, I was acting as an advocate and was asked to propose solutions to complex problems.
And you
as
were
the direct.
referring to semi-automatic weapons, correct?
Yes, Senator, but
Yes,
as
thank you
director
very
of
much. Okay, Ms. Jadot, I'd like to ask you a question, please, ma'am.
I like the way that she cut him off because he was about to go off into some bullshit tangent about what it was. Beside the fact that that's what you were asked to do, sir, beside the fact that this is not what's actually happening today, you said earlier you would enforce what's already in place. Then when you were given the opportunity to come up with ideas for gun control and to make shit safer, you were saying we need to extend the ban that we used to have. We need to reenact that, and we need to extend it to cover more guns. Plain and simple. That's what your thoughts are. That's what you would want to do, sir. If you were given the job, that would be your recommendation. Regardless of who the fuck asked you to do it, that's what your thoughts were. That's your answer. That's your answer. You're all for taking all of this shit, bro. So just stand on it at least. Don't sit here and try to lie, but that's what these motherfuckers love to do. They love to try to tell you what it is and tell you something that you don't think it is. It ain't what you think. When all the while, it's exactly what you think it is, if not worse.
We are quite concerned about some of the practices that have taken place under USCIS during your time as the chief counsel at USCIS. The agency expanded the use of discretionary parole activity from a restricted case-by-case basis into a variety of new parole programs, such as International Entrepreneur Parole, the Filipino World War II Veterans Parole Program, and the Central American Minor Parole Program. Did this expanded use of discretionary parole through these new programs actually circumvent congressionally established immigration policy? And did USCIS exceed its authority under law created by Congress by admitting aliens who did not qualify for admission under normal and legal immigration categories?
Watch this shit.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you for taking the time to
Absolutely.
meet with me
Yes,
on the phone.
I enjoyed
Thank you.
it.
Yes, I did too. Thank you. With regard to your question, we looked at the Immigration and Nationality Act, and I have worked with at the time, other attorneys in the agency as well, to determine if it fits within the structure of the Immigration and Nationality Act. And we did determine that, and therefore we proceeded.
So you feel that none of these programs went outside of the authority?
That was the determination we made at the time.
So why not just go by the law as written?
So the way the law is structured is there's a case-by-case determination.
Correct.
And those programs certainly set out guidelines for adjudicators, but nonetheless, every individual must apply, must submit an application, must be reviewed, have background checks. An adjudicator must review that application very carefully before they make a decision.
Well, I will tell you, this appears when you expand the use of discretionary parole authority and move away from a restricted case-by-case basis and put these new programs in place. The appearance of that is that you're making it easier to circumvent the law as written. And that is problematic. I know
There. I just wanted to play that part because that just shows you how they all do the same shit. That was some shit about immigration where you had this other, you got what you already have in place, the immigration laws that are already there. Now you got this other shit to go in there so that you can supersede that shit at will. It's basically your own personal, whenever you want to enact this particular policy, you can to override what the fuck the actual immigration laws are. They all do the same shit. And why the fuck they had kids in there, I still don't understand that shit. What the fuck y'all got? How come them kids ain't in school? God damn it. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? But why these kids are in there, I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. But that just goes to show what this shit really is. And like I said, I truly believe that this is something that we should all be concerned about. And I really wanted to make sure that I did this the way that I did it so that other people can look at this and be able to understand it and also to be able to speak to it so that you can have conversations about it. Because if you just sit and just watch this shit and don't really like understand what they're really trying to say, this shit will be so confusing that you just be like, oh, fuck it. Which is what most politicians want you to do. They want to make shit so complex. They want to make shit so fucking long and drawn out to where you won't get into what the fuck they're really trying to say. Because like they always say, as the old saying goes, the devil is in the details. And if we put so many details out there the way you won't even try to sift through and understand it, then you'll give up anyway. Devil wins. However, if you got somebody that's breaking this shit down and making this shit simple and plain, taking out all of the bullshit, cutting through the red tape, cutting through all the bullshit and just saying, this is what it is, man. Well, it ain't really saying it. No, that's what it is. Whenever you got somebody telling you something about rules and regulations, you always look to the extreme to see if that's possible, because if that's possible, that's what the fuck will happen. I'm telling you right now, especially when it comes to shit going on in this country. Shout out to my man Paul, who hit your boy up with $10. Thank you so much for your donation. And shout out to Dion, who hit me up earlier with a donation of $10. Shout out to my man Billy Goat, who hit me with $5 earlier. Shout out to Brian, who hit me up with $5 earlier. And shout out to Leviathan, who hit me with $40. And shout out to Illadre, who hit me with $2. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to Angela. Hit me up with $5. And that was the other day too when Leviathan hit me with $10 as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But when you don't sit and go through, when you don't look at what the extreme would be, you're a fool. Because that's what the very thing that they don't want you to be able to say, oh, that's going too far, brother. Oh, brother, he ain't gonna try to do that to you. The fact that it's possible is the fact that it can happen. Because if it's not possible, then they would have it to where you can't do it and it ain't even on the table. If somebody set something up to you to say, well, you know, we could, if the worst case scenario came about, we could do this. And it's just like how when people, here's a good point. Martial law is a great example. Now, theoretically, and in all actuality, martial law has never been enacted on U.S. soil. We've never enacted martial law here. However, we've come close a few times. But before you get to martial law, you have to enact the National Guard. You got to have the National Guard give that last-ditch effort. However, the National Guard are pretty well fucking equipped to lock down a city. You saw what they did in D.C. They had that motherfucker on lock for so long. They had them soldiers, and shout out to all of the military. Shout out to all of the soldiers who serve. Thank you so much for your service. And to all of those fallen brothers and sisters of ours, I salute you all and trust and believe your labor is not in vain and you are not unnoticed. But when you're talking about what they did to just what they did to the National Guard, they had them sleeping in parking garages on concrete floors and had, what was it? Was it 30,000 troops? Was it 30,000, I believe they had in the Capitol in D.C.? Fuck the police. Fuck D.C. police. Fuck all of the Capitol police. Now we bringing in the National Guard. 30,000 troops sleeping on floors, sleeping in garages, parking garages. Like they over in a fucking third world country. That's what they think of our soldiers. Our own politicians who brought all of these soldiers in, that's what they thought of them. They didn't even have enough dignity to say, you know what? Out of all these fucking millions of dollars that it's costing to build these barricades and bring all these fucking soldiers here, we gonna have them sleep on the floor. Fuck renting out a convention center. Fuck renting out. They'll rent out a convention center for a bunch of illegal aliens. They'll rent it out for that. They'll build housing and build all these shelters and give all these aluminum foil blankets to all of these illegal aliens they called over here. But our own soldiers, they could have went and bought out every fucking hotel in the Baltimore and DC area and put them up there. They could have. They could have used the dorms in some of these colleges and put them up in there. Because wasn't nobody in school. This is January. Wasn't nobody in school. They could have put our soldiers up in plenty of places. But did they? Hell no. They could have rented out hotel rooms by the airports. It was plenty of transportation there. Hey man, look, you got to drive 30 miles out to this motel, but it's a bed there. It's a bathroom there. You can fucking take a shower in there. They didn't even have enough respect for our soldiers to do that. Do you know how many hotels that would have helped financially? Hey, look, give us a flat rate. Y'all ain't gonna be able to charge us no $200 a night, but give us a flat rate. We'll pay it. Here go the government credit card. Swipe that motherfucker. We'll let you know when we done. Change our fucking troops sheets and blankets and shit out. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be working, goddammit. But hey, come on in here. They had them sleeping on the fucking streets like homeless people. But that just goes to show you how when it comes to their own personal safety, they don't give a fuck about nobody else's. That's why they're so quick to move forward with trying to ban guns, because shit, I got detailed security. I got armed security with me all the time. I got a security detail all the time. In plenty of places where I work, you can't even come in with guns. But I still get to carry a gun my damn self because I'm a politician. I carry what the fuck I want to carry. I can have a fucking MP5 under my goddamn suit jacket if I want to. I got police escorting me everywhere to and from. Whatever, my office in the Capitol. When I go home, they escort me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm in a gated community. I ain't got to worry about it. There's an armed security guard at my gate 24/7. I don't have to worry about nobody coming in. So yes, my neighborhood is safe. Now you niggas that's living down here in the heart of Baltimore, hey, notice how, yeah, you can't say Baltimore, you got to say Baltimore. You got to put them D's in there. Now you motherfuckers living there, hey, y'all go for what y'all know. Y'all better figure it out. Yeah, I know them thugs get illegal guns, but you law-abiding citizens better not have none, because we'll put your ass in jail. That's how they want to get it, to where you're living in fear. That's how they want you, to where you're living in fear. I can't go outside. I can't go do shit because the thugs and the drug dealers and the corner boys, all them motherfuckers are outside and they got all the guns. They're illegal, but they still got them. By the time them 3 to 5 minutes pass for the police to get here, I done got robbed, shot, and I got my ass whooped. Not in that order, but I got my ass whooped, I got robbed, then I got shot. And all y'all doing is conducting a fucking investigation while I'm laid up in the hospital bleeding, or while I'm laying in the street dead. While my wife and kids are crying and screaming because they daddy is gone because you motherfuckers banned me from having a gun, and all I was doing was taking out the trash or going to get some food for my family, and I got beat, robbed, and killed. All you motherfuckers gonna do is throw up a GoFundMe and shake your head and say, we've got to do better. This is unacceptable. Let's get Black Lives Matter in here and get some more donations, and we'll help get some wraparound services for you guys. When I get killed, you got my mayor coming on TV talking about, well, you know, when it get hot outside, we have more crimes like this. Y'all know this. That's a fucking answer. When I get shot and killed, I'll have my mayor come on TV if I'm in Houston talking about, hey, thieves, criminals, thugs, cool out for the next 2 weeks. Stay home, cool out, chill. Now in 2 weeks we can get back to it, but for now, go home. Stay in the house. That's what happens. Don't be so naive and don't be so ignorant to where you don't know anything about what's going on when it comes to this gun control thing, that you don't know what's happening to where you're on the losing end. And when it's too late, when the legislation is passed, it's too late. When they come knocking at your door and you see the shit on the papers, or you see the shit in a letter you get from the government the other day, you open and read it, it'll say that you were suckers. When you get to that point, it's too late. And that's usually what happens when it comes to niggas and us black folks. We so worried about the Cardi B's. We so worried about what's going on Love and Hip Hop. We're so worried about what the fuck is happening on Black Ink. We're so worried about what's happening with Real Housewives that we miss the shit that's actually affecting our day-to-day lives. Everybody should know who the fuck this asshole David Chipman is. And everybody should be talking to their senators. Everybody should be talking to their fucking congressmen about this motherfucker not being confirmed. We have to get to a point to where we stop being the fucking butt ends of jokes and stop being the last of everything good and the first in everything fucking bad. We have to start realizing that there are certain things that we need to be privy of and we need to be involved in and voicing our opinions, because at the end of the day, when you're talking about all these immigrants that's coming over here, all you black folks, all you niggas, we need to be the most pissed off ones out of everybody. Because the more illegal aliens come over here, the more these Mexicans is coming over here, the more we become a smaller and smaller minority. You let it get to the point to where the population in this country, where it's 13% black, but it's 22% Hispanic, 25% Hispanic, they're going to be like, fuck these niggas. We ain't even got to ask them. We ain't even got to try to get their vote. All we need to do is satisfy these Mexicans. AOC, what we need to do. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. You see, ain't nobody trying to get the the foreign African vote over here. Are you? Are they? Nope. Ain't nobody trying to secure the Nigerian vote in America. Ain't nobody trying to secure all these other foreigners' votes in America. They're looking at the majority, the big numbers. That's all they're doing. Look, the whites are going to be pretty much split. Whatever percentage we get is what we get. However, we can make all that up by getting the Hispanic, by getting the Asian vote. So let's cater and pander to them a little bit. But we'll just pander to the niggas, tell them if they don't vote for us, they ain't black. Oh, okay, cool. We got them sold up. But these Hispanics, we're going to have to get them something. These Asians, we definitely going to have to do something for them. Ain't it funny how a few Asians get hurt and there's legislation passed? However, niggas been dying for years and generations, and all we doing is coming up with Black Lives Matters and marching and walking down streets and putting up balloons and motherfucking candles and teddy bears. That's a whole nother show, though. I'm just saying. Just saying. And that's not a slight against a slight against Asians. That just shows their solidarity. That just shows their community. That's an example of, even though they are a minority, they are together. And because they are together, because they have their own communities established, they ain't following the preachers ain't running their communities. It's the men that are running their communities. They getting shit done. Couple of months, you had some Asians get beat up, a few Asians get shot. And I'm not trivializing it. I'm not minimizing it. I'm just telling you what it was. A few Asians got beat up, a few Asians got shot. There's legislation. 47 niggas get shot in a weekend. 200 niggas dead in a month. Black Lives Matter? No show. GoFundMe's are present. But that's it. Nothing. Nada. Y'all tell me what's wrong with that picture. Y'all tell me what's wrong with that picture. It's because we ain't no men in charge of the hood. All we doing is running up behind preachers and running up behind whoever getting the most likes on social media now. Y'all better hope a nigga like Kevin Samuels don't run for office, because he's going to be a fucking shoe-in. He be talking about high-value politicians. I'm telling you. Niggas is going to vote for this nigga. I'm telling you right now. Let that nigga decide to run for some shit or in fucking Atlanta. Niggas gonna be voting for his ass. Let him run for a congressman or some shit like that. And ain't no real political competition. He a fucking shoe-in. that motherfucker gonna get elected. And gonna be talking, and as he get elected, he gonna be at the time about where the money reside. Playing Money World with a bunch of motherfucking deltas dancing with him. I'm telling you, man. And it's all our fault because all we want to do is fuck all of the facts, fuck all of the data. All we want to do is go with what's hot on social media and what's hot topics. Who looked the best? Who dressing? Who got the best clothes on? That's it. I hope this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that we really start to take a look at things like this because they are important. And even when you don't understand what everything may be, if you don't understand what the ins and outs of it is, start getting yourself familiar with it, and then you can do research. I had to do it. I still do it. There are plenty of things that I don't understand and don't know for an example. And I mean, for example, it's some things I'd like that Article 3 shit. I got to look that shit up. Nigga said a candle for every desk. Exactly. I'm putting candles in every home. I'm going to start a free cologne program for the kids. I'm a high-value politician. Y'all tell me that ain't what the fuck niggas would be doing. They be talking about, oh, I'm the high-value party. I only vote for high-value politicians. He gonna put a candle in every home. A bottle of cologne for every kid. No kid goes stinking to school. Man purses for all the boys. I got a man purse program for all the boys. Yes, me and Reverend Brown. Reverend Brown has been my reverend since I was a little old boy. But getting back to my point, make sure that you at least get yourself familiar with what's happening. And it all just starts by just listening. And some of the shit you don't know about. Google it. Trust me. You will start to see and read between the bullshit. And you will start to understand, oh, that's all they're saying. Oh, he's just taking the long way to say this. So then you'll know who to vote for. Then you'll know what party you need to support. Then you'll know exactly what it is you are voting for. Because when you are having those conversations, you know, at the barbershop, having those conversations at the nail shop, having those conversations at the paint and sips, at having those conversations at the lounge or the bar, you know exactly what you're talking about and you're making it simple and plain. Instead of just saying Chuck Taylors and pearls. Instead of just saying yapple dapple. Instead of just saying sim salabim. Instead of just saying high value politicians. I like that. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This was a great show. I can't believe I did 2 shows in a day. Shit now. Boy, I tell you. Thank you guys so much for just taking the time out to watch and spend a little time with your boy. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world and on anybody's channel, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Daniel Banks, who hit me up with $15. Said, love the content, bro. Truth in the comments. Thank you so much. Oh, I think that was a few days ago. I don't know why when I go to PayPal, yeah, it don't be that many people hitting up the PayPal. Everybody usually hit the cash out, but I still want to check it just to make sure I ain't forgetting nobody. But thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, for supporting me. Thank you to all of the people who have joined the membership and who have subscribed to the channel. Y'all go ahead, please feel free to ask me any questions. Feel free to let me know, hey, you know what I might do? Y'all let me know in the comment section, or y'all let me know if y'all think or if y'all want to do like a call-in show. I know tomorrow the only thing I really got to do is like barbecue, which is very, very important. I got some ribs that's gonna be so good tomorrow. Oh my God. But other than that, I really don't have much going on. I'm gonna be hanging out with the kiddos, and that's about it. So if they taking naps or some shit or doing their own thing in between and got a little time for a little show or something, I might just do that. Maybe have like a call-in show where we can call in and talk about whatever. Then that way it ain't got to take a long time to set up nothing or whatever, and we can do that. So other than that, I just want to thank you guys so much. Remember, hey, it's your responsibility to educate yourselves. It's your responsibility to seek information. Get to the bottom of shit. Find out the truth. I got you, Tony Fabulous. Don't let somebody be talking to you about this gun thing or saying things around you about these guns and about gun control and about anything else in politics. And all you can do is say, what? There you go. Y'all take it easy, man. I love you guys. Y'all have a great night. Thank you to everybody that donated. If you are watching this on the replay, please feel free to hit the PayPal and donate. Oh, didn't nobody hit the PayPal over there on the, put the link up in the PayPal for the United Guns of America. I forgot. God damn it. Boy, I tell you, man, I know I be forgetting shit. But I just want to say thank you all. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate y'all for supporting me. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. And hey, till next time, peace. And I'm out. Let's go ahead and get on up out of here. We're going to do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. This one's short.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff, anything that's happening. I'm willing to have a conversation about it, so come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
What?